All right, Bobby, you're our intro guy.
Today is a special day, and today is a podcast where we talk about that special day. I'm Bobby Parker,
And I'm Joey Nickel.
and that's our intro.
Yeah. Welcome to Today Is.
Yeah, we're back from a break.
We're back from a break. I mean, yes, we're back from a break. We released an episode. I really wanted to have something out there, but this is the long-awaited Season 2 premiere.
Season 2.
This is the Season 2 premiere. I decided 25 episodes was a pretty good amount for a season, because then we've got 2 seasons a year exactly with 2 best of episodes.
Yes. Yep.
So that gives us 52 weeks then, 52 episodes a year. So I figure 2 seasons is a full year of listening. So you've listened. So just so you know, you've been listening to us for 6 months. Just so you know.
A half of a year.
A half of a year. Back Day is the fictional date. Well, the date is real, but it's the fictional time that Earth made contact for the first time with an alien species.
Yes.
And it comes from the movie First Contact.
Yes.
Which is a Next Generation movie, which, in my opinion, hands down, the best Star Trek movie. I don't know how you feel about it, but in my opinion, the best Star Trek movie is Star Trek First Contact out of all of them.
That's a good movie. I'm gonna be partial to the reboot
Oh, you like the reboot?
with Chris Pine. Loved it.
The first Star Trek reboot?
Yes.
You think that's the best out of all the Star Trek movies?
The older ones were campy.
I mean, I like it. I really like the reboot, and I felt like they did the characters justice and they took them seriously, and the casting was great.
Yes.
You know what's funny is I actually think Chris Pine was the best casting of all of the recasts. I think he was the most. He looked and acted the most like Captain Kirk from the original series.
Right.
Not necessarily from the movies. Captain Kirk from the movies was a little different, a little older. Obviously a little wiser, a little more mellow, but like the Captain Kirk from the original series, little cowboyish, little,
Right. The Bones.
Bones was good. I liked him a lot. He was great.
That was great casting.
That was great casting. But I do think that, and they cast what's his name to be Spock, which he was great. He was a great Spock, but I just feel like Chris Pine was the best of that. Like he was like perfect. He had the look, he had the attitude, he had that little bit of rebellious feel. Like I think he pulled it off really well.
And I also want to say
Grilled cheese sandwich day. As you can see, we have some grilled cheeses.
yes,
Which is, by the way, how you're supposed to say it. You're supposed to say grilled cheeses.
grilled cheeses.
Yes.
I did not know that.
I don't know if everybody knows that, but you're not. Grilled cheese is not the plural of grilled cheese. Grilled cheese is singular. If you have more than one grilled cheese, they're grilled cheeses.
I don't like that. I do not appreciate that at all. I think much like a moose, a grilled cheese is both a singular and a plural.
No, the plural of moose is meese.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is.
No.
Actually.
No. No. The plural of moose is not a judge that was up for the Supreme Court at one point.
No, the plural of mouse is mice, and the plural of moose is meese, and the plural of goose is geese.
Goose, geese,
See, it makes sense.
Yeah, moose.
Goose, geese, moose, mice,
cheese.
cheeses.
Cheese.
Well, if you think about it like, okay,
Sweet
think of it like
Jesus.
this. Think of it like this. If you have a drawer of multiple types of cheese, you're not going to say, you're going to refer to them as cheeses, right? Like, oh, we have multiple types of cheeses for you today. Not we have multiple types of cheese. I mean, you might say that, but I'm just saying.
We have multiple types of cheese. What kind of cheese would you like?
Well, that's not right. Cheese is singular. Well, cheese, actually, I wouldn't even say cheese is necessarily singular. I would say cheese is categorical.
Ideal.
Yes.
It's an ideal. It's something we strive to.
Cheese is an ideal. I think we all can agree every fat man in this house can agree cheese is an ideal. It's something we look to and we strive to be like And if there's more than one of us, they're cheeses.
Yeah, we want it. We need it. It makes life worth living. It's cheese.
Yeah, that's a commercial.
Yeah.
Bobby Parker.
Yeah. My thoughts on cheese.
My thoughts on cheese. Movie. So I've seen it so many times. Minecraft movie is, for all intents and purposes, a sequel to Napoleon Dynamite.
Really?
It takes place in the same town. They are in Napoleon's house. They move into Napoleon's house in the first part of the movie.
Really?
Yes. It takes place in Idaho, and it's all and I still haven't figured out who their mom is. So this is not a spoiler. It happens right at the beginning of the movie.
Okay.
The whole plot is these siblings, the sister and brother. Sister's an adult.
Okay.
Their mom dies. The brother's still a kid. Their mom's dying wish is for them to move back to her hometown. So they move back to their hometown and move into Napoleon Dynamite's house.
Oh my gosh, this is blowing my mind.
Same. Oh, I guess I didn't say. Jared Hess is the director of a Minecraft movie. That's why. So
no,
I don't know if I didn't make that clear at the beginning. But
I was assuming I was going to clarify.
Yeah,
but
yeah. That's so.
yeah.
So he directed Minecraft movie. So that's the connection there. We don't know who the mom is, though. We were trying to figure it out by clues and stuff, like who in the hometown, what character in Napoleon Dynamite was the mom. I'm sure there's fan theories out there, but they don't ever say for sure who it is. But it's crazy. Like, it was crazy when they moved into their house, and I was like, that's Napoleon Dynamite's house. That's the kitchen.
So
that's the kitchen where he drank the Gatorade as he was taking a break before he finished his dance moves for the vote for Pedro.
Wow.
Like,
yeah.
Reg Kwon-do's studio's in it. They eat tater tots. Like, it's all there. They're in that town.
This is great. Like, I did not know this, and this is going to feel like I'm reaching for something. But earlier, when you were saying like how kids were cheering at I was about to say there's a strong Napoleon Dynamite vibe to it, because like kids were
Napoleon Dynamite had a similar
like quoting it at the spelling bee and stuff like that.
But now you know why I say, like, it had some of the funniest dialogue,
right,
filled with the dumbest things,
right,
which is I guess a good description of Napoleon Dynamite. Also, they're kind of exploring. Chris DiStefano walks around the corner. Now, I have met him before. I met him years ago when he did the Comedy Zone.
Okay.
Right. He was not famous yet. He was getting there, but he was like a touring headliner kind of that was not selling tickets, not selling out or anything. Obviously, now he's doing arenas and theaters and stuff like that. So he's up there. But he walks around the corner, and I said, "Hey, Chrissy D, what's up?" And acted like I knew him. Like I didn't want to be like, I don't want to seem like a fanboy, but it's like it's obviously he didn't recognize me. Obviously, he only met me once.
Right.
But I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he goes, "Hey, how you doing?" And I was like, "Hey, I can't remember what I said. Oh, I said, "Hey, did you go up?" And he's like, "No, I'm just filming some things." And he had like somebody there. I think he was like filming a TikTok or whatever. And then
I
was like, "All right, cool. Hey, I was a big fan of the podcast and everything." And I was like, "Do you mind if I get a picture? Is that weird?" He's like, No, for sure. And then he comes up, and then now he was on Jeopardy. Did you know this? He was on Celebrity Jeopardy a couple of weeks ago.
did not know that.
He was on Celebrity Jeopardy, and the thing that happened to him that everybody was talking about was he really wanted to say, "I'd like to make it a true daily double," which means you risk it all when you get the daily W. And if you get it wrong, you lose all your points.
You're at zero.
All your money. You go to zero. On the last daily double of the show, he couldn't resist, and he said, "I'd like to make it a true daily double," and he got it wrong and had zero going into Final Jeopardy. And so it was sad. He was like kind of upset, but he's like, I did it myself, because he was doing very well.
Right.
He might have. I think he might have had a chance to win if he hadn't have done that. So as we're taking the picture, I say, "All right, everybody say, let's make it a true daily double." And then we took the picture, and then he laughed at that. He thought that was funny. And then we talked for a minute. I told him I was a comic, and I said, "Hey, I met you years ago, and I was like, big fan, but I'm here doing some shows and checking it out." So it was a nice little conversation we had.
Awesome.
And he could have walked on and just walked away at any moment. It's New York. You can just walk by. He could have said hi and walked away, but he took the time to talk to me for a minute. It was really fun, and the picture was fun. And then I said, hey, you ever bring in the Hey Babe podcast back? And he said, no, probably not, which I'm very disappointed about because that was one of my favorite podcasts, which he used to do with Sal Volcano. So anyway,
the first time I remember buying a comic book, and this is, obviously my parents buying it for me. I was young. I was probably like 7 years old or so, and we were traveling. We were in California and just went over to Mexico. So we're just in Mexico for the day, and just we stopped and got like a store, like a soda and like some bubble gum, something like that. And my mom was like, hey, if you want something else, and like I picked up a Green Lantern comic book. I remember it was Green Lantern, but it was an old Green Lantern where he had like a red like
the cape.
Yeah. And it was all in Spanish.
Oh, yeah, because you're in Mexico.
Because I was but like my mom's like, yeah, it's fun. She pointed it out to me. I'm like, no, it's cool. I just want to see the picture. She's like, yeah.
You don't still have it, do you?
I don't.
That'd be a fun one to still have.
I do have a bunch of old comics that in sleeves. I didn't have a chance to pull them out.
That's funny.
But yeah,
it's
like
in Spanish.
very specifically remembering that because Green Lantern was my favorite super friend.
Right.
I'm like, this is the Mexican Green Lantern.
Oh, you thought it was the Mexican Green Lantern.
I thought it was the Mexican Green Lantern.
That's the original Green Lantern.
Yes.
The original Green Lantern had nothing to do with space. It was
magic wood.
It was magic, it was magic. And now they retcon that to where he is kind of part of the Space Green Lantern mythos, where he got his magic from a asteroid that had some of the Green Lantern material in it,
right?
And that's where he got his lantern and everything. But yeah, he had the cape and everything. And I want to say so much family around, but
yeah, that's usually ours are with family. But do you want the sleepover at your house or at their? Because I'm always at their house. Because
I don't want to have it. I don't like having sleepovers here.
I don't want to watch somebody else's kid.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as bad when it's like. I don't think we've ever had a cousin come over for sleepover.
Yeah,
it's always been a cousin of some kind, and there are specific cousins that we're like that we enjoy having over for a sleepover more than others.
So I'm on the opposite side. I prefer the kids at my house because I know that they are safe.
That's true.
Not just because I'm there, because my wife is super into like the sleepover stuff and like playing games with them and like even when they're older and like it's not cool to hang out with mom, she is still a person that like goes out and like, hey, let's make sure it's decorated and you kids are having fun, make sure like the refreshments are going, make sure everything's good. Also,
I'll take a ginger ale.
Yeah. So I like having it there. Plus, I get to like now like make the pizza or make the the snacks and stuff.
No,
and
not
everything's good with it. So like I like it. Plus, I sleep well. I fall asleep and they do stuff, and I'm good with it. My wife's in charge.
Yeah, you sleep well knowing where they are, and that's true. But I just don't like having other kids.
Yeah. If there's a vote, I vote nobody in my house. Right. But if there's a sleepover thing, it's probably going to be my house. Yeah.
Are you a regular ginger ale drinker, or were you drinking it because you were sick?
No, I'm a regular ginger ale drinker.
I like a ginger ale when I'm sick. If I have like a sore throat.
I do too, yeah. Actually, I do too. I do like ginger when I'm sick. Stomach sick or cold sick.
Yeah.
But I do. I am also a regular ginger ale drinker. My two go-tos are ginger ale and root beer.
Want me to open it?
Yes, I will allow. I was going to do it, but I'm sure the podcast listeners don't want to see me bite that can open. Bobby saw me do it the other day. He's like, that hurt me. What? Yeah.
Yeah, that is
like my wife when she's just done her nails.
Yeah.
That is I tell my son, like, don't open it that way. I don't care what Wes does. So that's
Well, I told my wife, so she always has me open it when she's just done her nails. I'm like, you don't want to just use your mouth? And she's like, no, that's ridiculous.
No.
But now, when you guys were kids, did you guys ever have those? Did you grow up in a church?
Loosely.
Loosely.
You talking about?
I know you did, Bob.
very much so.
Like a lock-in?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Did you guys ever have lock-ins?
Yes.
That's probably that was probably the main time people would come to church. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like that's how you got the kids to come to church.
Yeah, I did the youth group, so we did lock-ins.
Those were a blast, and we.
Now I was the lame kid that my dad would not let me stay the whole night.
Okay.
Even though it's a lock-in and you're not supposed to leave, like that's the point of the lock-in.
We're unlocking it.
Yes.
Somebody unlocked it so Joey's dad could get him.
Yes, and I always felt like lame, but he'd make me leave at like midnight or 1 a.m. or whatever, and I was like, all right. I don't know why he just don't want me spending the night. I guess maybe because they would do it, girls and boys.
Yeah, he knew what was happening at the lock-in.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, let's not sugarcoat that. We didn't all read the Bible all night, you know.
They're
He didn't like that, so I always had to. I would always have to leave early from the lock-in, and not be able to spend the night. But those were always fun. I always had a blast at those lock-ins.
Yeah, I do know of. Let me try to put it this way. My church youth group, there was at least one non-immaculate conception that happened at a lock-in.
lock-in.
Yes. So I think that's probably the best way. Now, that was an unusual situation, thank goodness, or not unusual. But yeah.
Usually we didn't let the priest stay the night.
Today is Nickel Day.
Nickel Day.
Today is Nickel Day, so this is my nickel jersey. Do you see this?
That is a phenomenal
It
nickel
says-
jersey. It says nickel.
It says nickel on the back. My brother-in-law, John, a different brother-in-law named John.
So many brother. They're all named John.
This is my wife's brother. Had this jersey made for me for Christmas one year.
That's phenomenal. I noticed the nickel
Yeah,
up
there's
here.
a nickel right here. Now, technically, today is in celebration of the metal nickel, the elemental. And the elemental symbol is Ni.
Ni.
And its atomic weight is 28.
It's a capital N and a lowercase I.
Lowercase I, atomic weight of 28. Nickel is the 5th most abundant metal on Earth. I didn't bother looking up what the 1 through 4 were, but but it is fitting. It's the 5th most.
Fifth.
Since nickel is 5 cents.
And that is why
That
they
is fitting.
named the nickel the nickel.
I don't think that's true.
That is not. I have no.
I'm pretty sure it
basis
had
for
nickel in it at some point, and that's why they called it a nickel.
Yeah, and they
Actually, technically, I think in as far as the mint is concerned, it is the 5-cent piece. Nickel is its nickname, so it is called a nickel. But because they used to, I don't know if they do anymore, but they used to use nickel in the making of nickels.
okay.
Or they used to be all exclusively made out of nickel. Now, nickel is a very versatile metal. It's used a lot in guns and things like that. It's a very strong metal, but it's not too hard to deal with. Right. It's very easy to melt it down and do stuff with it.
It has a lower boiling point, but it is still very durable.
But it's still very durable, so they use it a lot in firearms because of that. Obviously steel is harder than nickel, but steel is much heavier than nickel.
Yes.
And it can, steel can. Some steel can rust, and some steel doesn't rust. It just depends on how the mixture.
Steel is not an element, so it has to be combined.
Exactly, it has to be forged.
Yeah,
and combined with other, like it's a combination of metals. Steel is.
So refining process much harder.
Now I will say nickel is not great for jewelry because nickel will make your whatever you're putting it on turn green. So if you get a ring or a necklace made out of nickel, it's going to turn you green.
Yeah.
It's not great. So it's not great for jewelry. Stainless steel is good for jewelry.
Why does it turn you green?
I don't know. It just oxidizes and then, but like, yeah, that is kind of weird, huh? I guess it oxidizes and then it rubs off on you. I think it's your sweat. I bet it's your sweat.
Yeah.
I bet that's what it is.
Most likely it's because you are dead or in jail.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So I think there might be some kind of... Okay. not to get too specific, but my family, meaning me and my spouse and my, our 4 kids, can easily be divided into the fast poopers and the slow poopers. Like people who can just be done and people who need a while.
Right.
I don't think this is the kind of podcast where we need to get into the biology of all that, but I think there is something to that to an extent. But then there's also the leisurely poopers who just are looking for a reason to read quietly or,
Yeah, I
scroll.
I think this is more of a scroll thing.
I don't know about Daniel because we just can't get him to go fast no matter where we are. And then Lewis, he's in and out. He's quick.
He's the speed crapper.
Yeah.
Speed crapper. I love that.
He's the speed crapper.
I will let you know that I once spent an hour standing next to a stall at a Disney park.
Oh, no.
Waiting for a kid to poop. It was my kid. Very.
Yeah.
Got to put that in there.
Like,
I tried to do it once a year.
Yeah, but yeah, and it was like, hey, the fireworks are starting. I'm like, well, I'll be waiting. One of my favorite comedians also runs a couple podcasts named Dan Cummins. Yeah, he's phenomenal. Love him. He's not doing as much stand up now. Just
I know. I wish he would.
I ditto. He's
hotting it up.
Yeah, he is. He's
hilarious.
He's
though.
building an empire, man.
Yeah.
He's great. But he was here and Buck was opening for him and has opened for him
A lot.
So kind of know. But I'm like, I'm geeking out. And he had just had an episode drop where he talked very specifically about peanut butter and apple cider. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do a really cool fan thing. I bought a thing of peanut butter and apple cider and I left it backstage with a note like, hey, this is from Love Jacksonville, something like that. And I'm like. And he came out on the stage, he's like, yeah, somebody left this backstage, just like random joke. And I'm like, I can't admit to that now. I'm like, I can't be that weird dude now.
It's like, man, I hate when these weirdos leave stuff.
like, oh no, like, and then everyone's, it's like a bunch of comedians and Buck like, hey man, we're gonna hang out afterwards. I'm like, I'm gonna go. I'm like, I'm too embarrassed. Like, I'm too.
You're better than me.
I'm like, I'm not gonna do this.
Never call it quits.
I tell you, I played football with somebody who went to the NFL.
Cool.
Kind of.
Okay.
So we weren't on the same. We didn't play on the same team really because he was a freshman.
Okay.
So he wasn't on the varsity team. But when I was a senior, he was a freshman, Darren McFadden.
Oh yeah.
He won 2-time Doak Walker Award winner.
I'm well aware of Darren McFadden.
Darren McFadden went to Oak Grove High School.
Okay.
In Arkansas, in North Little Rock, Arkansas, where I went to school. He was a freshman, so we did play a little bit together. Like our spring training was always together, and we did a scrimmage game for spring training where they mixed everybody up, and I got to defend him a little bit. I played defensive line against him a little bit, so I tackled him a couple times. So I've tackled a guy who ended up in the NFL. Now he was like 14 at the time.
He was still good.
He was good, and I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure he was on this like. So I think that was the year that maybe they went undefeated or something, like that freshman team went undefeated, I want to say, or something, and everybody's like, well, that team's going to be awesome in a couple of years when they end up in varsity. And I think he was on that team, and he was, even back then, people knew he was going to be something.
Yeah.
And then he ended up playing for the Razorbacks, won 2 Doak Walker Awards, was runner-up pretty much twice for the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
Was very close one year to winning the Heisman Trophy. He was only a few votes away.
And I think he's a first-round draft pick for the Raiders.
Yeah, he went to the Raiders. He didn't end up having a huge career with the Raiders. I don't know if he's. I doubt he's still in the NFL.
No, he's not now.
30 something.
Yeah,
by
but
now.
I think his best years were with the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot he played for the Cowboys for a while. I forgot about that. He did have some good years with the Cowboys. But yeah, that was always. I always thought that was cool to have a guy.
Yeah, that. So I know specifically because I'm he was on my fantasy football league.
Oh, okay.
He was on
All
my
right.
team. So
Yeah.
So thank
So
you.
you know Darren McFadden.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
But that Christopher Reeve Superman was my Superman. Like that was the one. I know it came out in the 70s, but the movies went into the 80s. Like they were still around when I was a kid.
Did it come out in like 77?
78. 78.
78. Okay.
Yeah, in fact, it should say here actually. So this, I have a lot of Superman history on the table today. So this is actually a comic book that they continue going based on the Christopher Reeve Superman.
Okay.
And this is a figure from that comic book. So yeah, Superman 78 is the name of the comic book. So it's just Superman 78. They basically take the Christopher Reeve Superman and keep going with the story in comic book form. And this is an action figure from that. It's kind of made to look like a comic book. But that's Superman, 1978. So in the 80s, he was still... his last movie, he did 4 movies, I want to say.
Yes,
he did 4 movies.
Superman. Then the first one was basically the origin story and him versus Lex Luthor, who was played by Gene Hackman, who was...
Which, by the way, did not have... Like, they gave him a toupee. Yeah. Like, he didn't have the, like... Lex Luthor look from the comic books I would expect, but it's Gene Hackman.
I love Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman might be the finest actor that I've ever seen.
R.I.P. Gene Hackman.
I did not like him in as Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he. That's the thing. He wasn't. You know what though? It's funny because they kind of did the same thing with Jack Nicholson in the Joker.
Yeah,
it's like that guy Jack Nicholson shouldn't have played the Joker, but. It's Jack Nicholson.
Yeah,
if he wants to play the Joker, he legitimized that movie. That movie would not have been as popular if it weren't for Jack Nicholson.
Exactly.
Nobody was going to see Michael Keaton,
which was a shame because he nailed it.
Phenomenal in that movie. He was great in that movie, but he was not a famous actor.
Right.
Nobody knew who he was, but Jack Nicholson, he was the star of that movie. In fact, Jack Nicholson gets more screen time than Michael Keaton in that movie. I don't know if you knew that. You see more of the Joker than you do of Batman in that movie.
Yes.
But it really should have been called The Joker or something because it was so Jack Nicholson heavy. But he's so good in it, and he made it his own thing that it's like it's still good. I still love the Jack Nicholson Joker.
Yeah. It was great.
The Barber of Seville. The Barber of Seville. Figaro, Figaro, Figaro.
Ox is a castrated male bovine.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not know that.
So, an ox is just a cow, but it's just a cow that's been bred for pulling stuff.
Well, I did not know exactly what an ox was, other than a large thing that pulled stuff.
Yeah.
So
an ox is there's no difference between an ox and a cow. It's just the ox is just intended to be a work animal.
Well, I'm going to say there is a difference because an ox is a castrated male bovine.
Yeah, right? Yeah, yeah.
Big difference.
Yeah. So it's it's basically a bull.
Okay.
That is being used for pulling. Is used as a beast of burden instead of.
This sounds so much like my marriage.
A castrated.
I'm just a giant.
Just used to carry things.
I carry things and I don't have a lot to say in what's going on.
Yeah, it's
anymore.
just a bull that's been trained to. It's just a bull that's been trained well and has no balls.
So again, we're right back
and
to
just is
National Marriage
Definition
Definition Day.
Joey Nickel had a beat up truck rusted to the frame. Bobby Parker had a shotgun, said let's go raising cane. They hit the back roads laughing, dust rising in the night. Two good old boys with nothing to lose, just looking for a fight.
That's what we are.
Stopped by Missy's Diner, swiped a cherry pie, left a 20 on the counter, winked and waved goodbye. The sheriff knew they're not.
By the way, our breaking the law that I gave us just now was we went to a diner, swiped a pie, and left $20. Here's here's our outlaw lifestyle. We pay too much for pie. That's how that goes.
Or not enough.
Or not enough. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe we paid just not enough.
Yeah, like we didn't leave a tip or something like that. And
I don't know where the speakers are on my computer.
and my front door just opened.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, go close your front door. I'll keep playing it here.
But he never stood a chance. When Joey floored the pedal, Bobby hollered, "Let's dance." Joey, Nickel, and Bobby Parker, kings of the county line, running wild through the holler, living on borrowed time. With a whiskey jar and rebel heart, they'd always find their way. Two outlaws chasing freedom in a redneck masquerade.
What is a redneck masquerade?
I think it knows that I was dressing up like a redneck for today.
This is a redneck masquerade right
Yes.
now. Bobby Parker. When I was a teenager, there was a quote that all of my friends knew, and it had to do with 7-Eleven, but it wasn't from 7-Eleven. What do you think that quote was?
It was about 7-Eleven, but
Yeah, so it had something very much to do with 7-Eleven or something they sell there, but the quote came from a movie.
Big Gulp, huh?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Big gulps, huh? Well, see you later. Yes.
Gotcha. Yep.
We would say that, like, did you do that? Like,
Yes.
when I was
Yep.
a teenager, we said that to each other all the time because it was for nothing. Like, it didn't even have anything to do anything. We weren't holding big gulps. Like,
Right. Yes, and which the two guys in Dumb and Dumber who were standing there with big gulps weren't actors.
Yes,
They were just there. They were
it
just
was
there.
it was an improv moment. They were just guys there at 7-Eleven, and Jim Carrey like turns and is like, "Big gulps, huh? Well, see you later." It's like, and that became like it's such a dumb line, but it became it's probably one of the most quoted lines.
They roll down south in a beat-up van, two Buckeye boys with a Florida plan. Joey Nickel packed the mic and sass. Bobby Parker brought jokes and gator gas. Now the host today is
What's gator gas? What is gator gas?
I don't know, but my family absolutely believes I have it.
Yeah, right. Bobby's got the gator gas. Don't worry.
Comments by night, dropping truth like boots in a barroom fight.
Dropping truth. Is that really what we're doing here?
Hey.
Is that the vibe of our podcast? We're dropping truth, man.
Hey, it's a hot take right here.
Yeah, right. Hot takes on a hot mic. That's the name of our podcast now. Hot takes, hot mic.
Here's a hot take. I've got gator gas.
From Ohio State to Florida Heat, they turn every mic drop into a treat.
That's a better description of our comedy.
Now season 2 turns up the fun, something on a stick. Oh, we're not done. First contact beams from Trekkie skies. Grilled cheese melts before our eyes. Haiku day and bucket lists, comic books and sleepover twists. Nickel Day gets Joey paid, and Brothers Day now parade.
What? What was that?
And they're here.
What the heck was that? What does that even mean?
And Brothers Day now.
Screw that parade. It's like, what? Why? What parade? Did we have a story about a parade on Brothers Day?
We were in a car.
But why?
But
what
why-
does that mean? Is that a phrase we should know?
I
Like,
don't
forget
know.
that parade. Like, what is that? Is
I'll find out.
that some sort of saying we're not aware of?
Ask how do you spell Koenig?
It's spelled Koenig, and I know a lot of people when they see the NIG at the end, they mix it up. They automatically think ING. So a lot of people will call me Dave Cohen,
Oh, yeah.
except for
yeah,
when
I
I'm in
can
the
see that.
South, and then they see the NIG and they just put a hard R on the end of it.
So,
It's really funny because as a foreigner, every time somebody talks about sports, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
you got to
So-
listen. You say you're a foreigner,
I am a
but
foreigner.
you have lived here for
I know,
like
it doesn't matter.
60 years.
and
you're an American citizen.
Yeah, I am
You
an
should have
American citizen.
assimilated by now. Isn't that part of the
I don't know about
naturalization
sports.
process?
Like,
we brought you on for a sports
I know,
talk
that's a-
episode.
yeah,
This is a sports-related episode.
That's what I wanted to say. I only care about two sports. It's pickleball and
midget wrestling.
Ping pong. No, midget wrestling.
All right. So, as far as the name for,
Yes, the name.
for pickleball, and this is the one that's the big contention, they don't know.
They don't know why it's called pickleball?
They don't know why it's called pickleball. There are a couple different theories. One, the people who invented it had a dog named Pickles.
Yes.
So they're like, hey, it might be because of that. Also, because one of the people who invented it said like some offhand comment about it looked like the pickle crew from like a boat, which like makes sense for like
boaters,
like people who do crew like rowing, I guess. And the other one was it was also like kind of taken to Hawaii at the same time, and they called it puka ball, which means a ball with holes in it.
That makes sense.
And then it was like, hey, puka, they kind of transmorphed into pickle.
Nice.
So it probably started as a slang term, and then it just became known as the term.
Yeah.
Like soccer. You know, that's why it's called soccer.
Yes.
That's a slang term. It was. You know, I have a pickle to pick with England.
Okay.
Because England makes fun of us for calling it soccer, and everywhere else in the world calls it football, right?
Yeah.
Well, we call it soccer because when they brought it to the United States, they were calling it soccer. That's a term they came up with in Europe because it was associations football is what it was called, and
You gotta spell it.
Soccer was short for
ASOC.
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 Yeah. ASOC football.
Right. So I'm very different in that regard. Like I will find a subject that I find to be completely I think just fascinating, and usually because it's ridiculous. For instance, a joke that I have been working on, it's my Moby Dick joke. You know, it's the great white whale. The one I've been chasing is the Supreme Court once ruled that the tomato is a vegetable and not a fruit.
Right.
Like it's a legal ruling.
Yeah.
And it's completely ridiculous. So I've researched it, and now I'm figuring out how to incorporate that research into my, and I that's the fun part for me. I'm like, hey, how can I make this and bring it into where people will understand it and it relates to me in that fun way.
So I like that you're choosing something very specific. I like that, and I think that the risk in choosing something broad, like we'll just keep using birds as the example. Yeah. The risk in using something broad like birds is you risk somebody already having a joke that you're writing, you know, the kind of thing. Whereas if you're writing something about your personal life, then the risk of somebody else writing that same thing about your personal life is going to be fairly low. Who wouldn't want to interview? Who wouldn't want to interview Donald Trump? Like. And even if you hated him, I don't see, like, who wouldn't want to interview Donald Trump?
Absolutely. Especially going into it, like, this is your chance to ask these questions.
Yes. I would say if I had the opportunity to interview Donald Trump, even if he told me you cannot get this interview if you ask me any questions that are going to make me look bad. Or knowingly. Maybe I can figure out a way to ask him questions that he wouldn't knowingly look bad.
Well, he's going to do it himself.
Yeah, right. I don't think I need to help him there, but like, even if he said, you cannot ask me any questions that are going to make me look bad. In fact, you cannot ask me any political questions at all. This is all going to be about, I don't know, let's say he's got like a product. Like, let's say he's got a new cologne. He does have a new cologne, I think. Let's say he has a new cologne. That is, you are only allowed to ask him about the cologne. And I would still do it because it's going to be the most interesting day of my life. Right?
Make me stank again.
Yeah.
Make America stank again.
Make America stank again. Make America musk again. It's already, yeah.
Yeah.
Make America, see, I'm trying to think of one that starts with G. Make America... Good smelling again. No. I don't know. Anyway, all right. I'm going to do a card trick. All right. Lewis, stick your finger in the... Okay, take that card. That one there. Take that card. Now show Bobby.
I see it.
Show the camera.
Camera sees it.
Okay, now put it on top of the deck here. Now it's in the deck, right? Let's see.
All right, this is an exciting trick.
It's
I'm
very quiet.
I'm watching magic take place.
All right.
I'm pretty sure it's enchanting.
All right, is this your card?
No.
Is that your card?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
That's not your card?
Nope.
That's not your card?
No.
Is that your card?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, wow. I just saw some kind of transfiguration, transmorphing.
That's the only magic trick I know.
That didn't work.
It's like, oh, now we have half and half
Yeah.
on each pile. Is that what you wanted, or did you
No.
want a different? You
No,
wanted
it
them
should
to be-
it should have been different on each one. But
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
Oh well.
there we have it.
All right.
Bobby's magic trick.
Yeah. Why'd you break my trick?
Yeah. What kind of SpongeBob deck is this?
Yeah. You don't do magic good.
I got it from Dollar Tree, so. Yeah, it probably isn't
What
certified.
is your favorite deck of cards?
Ooh.
Daniel, go make yourself a sandwich or something. We got to leave as soon as this
I
is
really
over.
like my SpongeBob cards.
You do?
Yeah.
The Disney deck is really
The
cool.
Disney
though.
deck is really cool.
Where's your Star Wars set? Don't you have a cool Star Wars one?
I do.
There's a Star Wars one, but that's not the one I'm thinking of, I don't think. Is it?
Yeah.
Is that your only Star Wars set?
Well, I have two of that same deck.
Oh.
I got one in Ohio, and I got one at the Daytona flea market.
Nice.
Oh, actually, they are kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because they have characters
and
for the
every
suits.
card is a different character.
Every card is a different character?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The pictures are cool, but I find that annoying.
Yeah.
Right, that's true. Yeah, that would be annoying probably. The Joker is a TIE fighter.
Let's see. That's why I think out of the cards I've seen here today, I love the Disney cards.
I love the Disney one because
they're,
it stays...
They're classy.
Yes.
That one.
This one has 3 Jokers?
I don't know if that one specifically, but
the
it's
Star Wars
supposed
deck.
to.
Oh, it's supposed to have 3 Jokers?
Well, my other one does.
Now, these are bicycle cars. That's why they look like this.
I got those at the Daytona flea market for $5, and they still sell them at Walgreens for $15.
Oh,
and it was unopened when I got it.
They're
the flea
very
market.
nice. They're like foil,
Mhm.
like they're reflective and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like a card deck. It's like they've incorporated the design, the Disney design, into the like. You see, there's a Mickey head inside in the Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
If you want to grow a beard, like a long beard, you got to maintain it. You got to use conditioner. You got to use a good shampoo. You got to know what your hair does. So, like, if you have dry hair, you want to get moisturizing shampoo. If you have oily hair, don't get moisturizing shampoo. It's going to look ridiculous. And don't wash it every day and strip all the natural oils out of it. You know, I wash my beard probably every other day.
I do know that when I shave at night, so my natural oils in my face can rebuild.
Can replenish by the time the next day. Yeah, because it does dry out your skin to shave. What else? I use a beard wax and a beard oil. If I want my beard to, if it's getting a little unruly, I'll use a beard wax to kind of get it back into shape, and I'll use a beard oil. Beard oil helps. It keeps it moisturized. Regular beard oil treatments are good for your beard. Pick a beard oil that has a scent to it. I know it may seem weird at first, but if you just use the unscented, it just smells like oil.
Yeah.
Like it you know what I mean? Like it just smells not good. So like get like a citrusy or like maybe like a wood smell to it, like a cedar, something like that.
Something that emphasizes
not too perfumey. Yeah, not too perfumey. Don't get something perfumey, but anything with like a good natural smell to it that smells good, like pine. Like that's a good one for a beard oil or a beard.
I'm happy about 2 things right now. One, that you use scented beard oil.
Yeah.
And 2, I did not know that until now.
My favorite person with a beard is my dad.
Thank you very much.
That is awesome.
My dad is him.
Yeah, I'm your dad. But we had a computer, and there were certain computer games, and I used to play Donkey Kong on the computer.
Those were. I used to play Dig Dug on the computer.
Yeah,
so,
we had a Tandy 1000.
Okay.
No hard drive. Had 2 floppy disk drives.
Ooh.
Of the big ones, the actual floppy ones.
Right.
We had a 2-disc drive, and it was we had Donkey Kong, we had Jeopardy, we had what was it? Larry Bird versus Magic Johnson.
Oh, that's awesome.
Number one game. If you could pick one game.
Oh man, like is that computer games and
any video style game?
Man,
computer console.
I'm probably gonna have to stick with Madden just because I'm so into like playing with my buddies. That's just such a part of my life.
This is my 11-year-old son. When I told him he can't be on the podcast yet, he's got to wait a minute. He's just standing there in the doorway looking at us.
Michael Myers.
Like Michael Myers. I don't know why he won't just go inside.
His eyes are blank.
He doesn't seem
He said he wanted to be
happy. He just seems.
All right. Today is whatever we say it is, and you're here for it. See you tomorrow.
Have a good one.